So I recently bought a house and we've been renovating and stuff, but even before we bought the house, I was using The Sims to like build different rooms and figure out plans for what I wanted to do with it. And I think a lot of us do that, like we kind of move somewhere new and use The Sims to like design our bedroom layout. And so I've been doing that, but also making videos doing it. For example, I made a whole video designing my kitchen, and then I literally used those ideas to figure out what kind of cabinets I actually wanted to buy. It's kind of been fun to like talk through what I want to do and then use that to like get a hold of my thoughts and also show you some stuff. It worked out pretty well, and I can link some videos I've made down below doing it. Today we're gonna do it again, but we're going a little bit smaller this time because we're doing a bathroom. This room is like the main bathroom downstairs that everybody is going to use. It was actually pretty nice before, but we still changed a lot in it. And this video is a little bit different too because most of the room is already done. Like I've done videos like this before where all I had to show you was like a ripped up kitchen. Well, this time there's actually tile already placed. This is embarrassing, but I think this is the only photo on my phone that has like a proper before picture, and I don't want to show you any of the listing photos because I'm not trying to get doxxed. So this is what you're gonna get. It's this bathroom, okay? This is the kitchen right here. That's the garage and that's the laundry room, but this is the bathroom we're talking about. So before, you can kind of see it had like some beige tile, had a little pedestal sink with gold fixtures everywhere, and then next to it is a toilet and then a tub with a shower. I'm gonna build this in The Sims now just so I can show you what I'm talking about. The gold looks kind of nice in this photo, but in real life it was like very yellow. So I probably would have changed the fixtures no matter what, but I think I'm gonna build this in The Sims really quickly so I can show you a better layout because this is not helpful as a before photo at all. I guess keeping in mind this is a bathroom, so it's not exactly very big. Okay, so let's just put a ceiling light and build the original. Okay, so basically there's like a shower and a tub right here. It didn't have glass before, it had a shower curtain, so I guess this is more appropriate. There's also a giant window literally in the shower. I'll show you in a second. So this is not very helpful that the shower has a back in The Sims, but you get it. And then there's just a toilet like right here. Ooh, move objects on. Little pedestal sink. And honestly, like a pretty big gold mirror. And then it had like some lights on top of that mirror, kind of like this, but they were also gold. This is a terrible, terrible recreation. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to give you the vibes though. Then it kind of had like some beige tile, and all of the walls in the house were kind of like that color, like kind of a taupey, like beige, but with a little hint of purple. Like the whole house was painted that color. There's also a little door right here. And then the previous owners had like a shelf, like a little black shelf right there. It was not white, but we don't have a black swatch. We could do pink to get the point across, but there's like a little shelf right there, and they kept like extra toilet paper and stuff on it, and they actually left that shelf for us. I mean, you can see it right there. It's in the photo, in the mirror in the photo, but it's not like there. It's actually on the other wall. It's just being reflected. So that's what we originally had to work with. Again, this Sims version is not very good. This does not do it justice, okay? It wasn't this bad, I promise. This looks terrible. It looked fine. And then I did this to it, which is significantly worse, but you can see we took the tub out because we're gonna put a walk-in shower. We're gonna replace the toilet, and I'm gonna put like a tiny cabinet instead of a pedestal sink to have a little bit more storage. So this is pretty much how it's looked for the past few months, but just a couple of weeks ago, they started putting in the tile, which is very exciting. And so the bathroom now looks like this. There's not grout in the floor yet or anything, so it's still not done, obviously, but there's tile up and there's not like holes in the wall, which is pretty cool. So hopefully this gives you like a little bit more of the vision that we're actually going for. Now I want to try and make that in The Sims, and I'm going to try and put a lot of detail into this tiny little room. But first, I want to tell you a little bit about our sponsor, Casetify. Casetify has sponsored a few of our videos now, and besties, I really, really, really like Casetify. I've been using this case for a few weeks now. This is seriously the cutest phone case I have ever had. I am literally obsessed with it. It's also made from 65% recycled materials. It's great for protecting my phone, which by the way, I desperately need because I drop this thing a lot. Hang on, I've got like a thing to tie into the video. Ready? Listen. You know how I have to go to like a construction zone because my house is being renovated? Well, it's a good thing that I've got great protection on my phone in case there's like, you know, dust or nails or something. I need this. I'm sorry. That was a really dumb integration, but it's true. I mean, it's nice always to have a solid case on your phone to protect it, but especially in places like that, or especially if you're me. Casetify also has like endless print options. I mean, these are a few of my favorites, especially this strawberry one, but they have a ton of options for anything you're looking for. Their cases also have an antimicrobial coating, which helps prevent bacteria from sticking to it in the first place. And Casetify has a whole new collection of cases for Android phones, so if you or any of your your friends have an Android, make sure you check out their website for some super cute cases. And if you go to casetify.com/lilsimsie, you can save 15% off your order. So I'll have that link down below if you want to grab it. Seriously, I love Casetify, and also I am very grateful for them sponsoring this video because some of us have bathrooms to pay for. So with that being said, let's get back into the build. All right, well now the first thing I want to do, I think, is just get rid of all this stuff because that's what we did in real life. Now I do have a vision for this room, and it's actually pretty colorful. I know it looks very like white and gray right now. We put like white and gray tile in, obviously, but I want to put a yellow cabinet underneath the sink. I want to get some fun artwork. Like, I want it to be very bright and sunny in there. The big window in the shower actually gets a ton of light during the day. That probably has like some of the best light in the whole house. This is like the main bathroom in the whole house. Like, everybody's gonna use this one. It's right near the kitchen, so like everybody's gonna see it. I want it to be like bright and happy and cute. Like, I've got a vision in my head. Now I just need to translate it to The Sims. The one thing is that window is absolutely giant. Now, obviously it's like wide open right now with no shutters. I will say there are shutters for that window. The original owners had shutters on it. So we've got like already shutters that fit the window. When I say shutters, I mean like these on this window. You can see how like they can open, so you can fold them like way open, or you can like move the stick in the middle to like change the blinds to be open or closed. They're plastic, and I'm not sure how practical they are for like having in a shower. I need to like live with it longer to see, but we might have to figure out a new solution for the window situation. Oh my god, the cat has just arrived. She jumped on my desk out of nowhere. I didn't even know she was in here. Also, please note the floors. That is new. That just went in like 2 days ago. So there's actually like floors in my house now, which is so exciting. I've been waiting for this for months, literally for months. I keep like talking about the floors and like showing you the sample in the videos like this, but now we actually have floors. So take them all in. I guess this room's a bad example because it's not this dark. Like, that color isn't that dark either. There's just not a ceiling light in this room, and it was like sunset time, so it looks a little bit dark. The floors are pretty accurate. It's just the walls that look a little bit dark. I also did a video decorating this room in The Sims, so I can link that down below if you want to see it. But anyway, the bathroom has shutters like this that'll fit in that window. I'm just not sure if it's like super practical because that window is huge, right? And then the neighbor's house is just outside of it. I mean, you can kind of tell in this picture, like that's the fence, it's the side of the house, and then that's their house. They don't have any windows right there, like nothing like looks directly in, but they do have a window like up in this area that would look directly in. So we gotta do something about this giant window. Oh my god, cat. You know how they make that like film you can put on that looks like frosted glass, but it's not actually frosted glass? We talked about that too. Again, we don't need to like decide that now. We can wait until we move in and like, oh my gosh, we can wait until we move in and see how the shutters like work in the bathroom. But don't worry, it's not gonna be like a wide open window in the shower. I'm not really sure how often the previous owners use this shower. Like, the bedrooms are all upstairs and then there's a shower upstairs. So I feel like most of them probably use that shower, but I don't know. So we'll see about that. That's one problem. The other problem is, how am I going to recreate this tile in The Sims? I don't know. We'll have to see how that goes. The tile is kind of like that size. It looks like this, remember? So we have that big white tile on the floor and then those little penny tiles in the shower and then that stacked white tile in the rest of the shower. I don't think we have anything like that in The Sims. Those little penny tiles, honestly, they're kind of like this, but they're like little gray circles, basically. Oh, that is not the same color at all. It is not the vibes. Oh no, but there's like little gray circles in the shower. You get it. The shower itself is gonna be like this sort of color. It's actually chrome is the exact name of it, but this silver one will do. I don't think we have any vertical tile in The Sims 4. I mean, we have like these giant ones. This is not the vibes. I hate this. I didn't really think this through. You absolutely cannot do this properly in The Sims 4. It like doesn't work. Maybe I'll use that white. I'm wondering if I should use that white tile on the floor as well. And then the rest of the walls are gonna be painted like a white color. This looks so gray. This was not what I originally intended. I swear it like looks warmer in person. I mean, look, like those things don't look the same. Oh my gosh. Snap, please. Okay, there will eventually be glass in the shower as well. There's gonna be like glass doors. She knocked off my cow plant. Snap, careful with this. This is my most prized possession. Okay, I'm wondering if I should put like the windows on and pretend they're the glass door. I can't see my keyboard. This is an extremely professional recording, as you can probably tell. Okay, maybe I'll just put one of them in and then we'll pretend there's a door there, because that I think gets the point across. Okay, we'll have a new toilet right there. Probably, you know, some toilet paper or something. I'm not sure what side it'll be on. I haven't really thought about that yet. Oh, my sink cabinets are not gonna work. They are not gonna be the right vibes because I want it to be yellow. Honestly, I want it to be like that color yellow, but it's gonna be way smaller than that. Like, the sink is probably gonna look more like, I don't know, that one, but probably Probably more like this one. I don't know, something skinny like this, but like not fancy like that. You know, I don't want it to be like rounded out like that. It's gonna be a flat cabinet, but there will be something along those lines in here. Oh my God, those colors are not gonna work. Okay, but it'll look like that. It just won't be blue, it'll be yellow. Dare I make a recolor of this right now? Once we start making CC for these kind of videos, we can never go back. This is not good. I'm not kidding though, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna recolor this. Look, it won't be good, but I'm gonna try and do something quickly at least so we can get the vibes right. I don't really know what pieces of this matter. I think basically I want to make everything that is blue be yellow, right? So maybe I should remove the silver pieces? Oh gosh, if any CC creators are watching this, honestly, just leave. Like, you don't need to see this. You don't need to be like subjected to this. I don't know what this part of the sink is, but it's blue, so maybe I should take it. I don't know. Okay, so here's my idea. And this is where if you make CC, seriously, you should leave. You're not gonna like this. I was just gonna change it to be, oh no, that's not very sunny, is it? That looks terrible. That is gonna be literally so ugly in game. No, you don't understand. That's gonna be so ugly in game. Okay. I don't know what to do. Well, what if we went for like a different, fun, and fresh color? Like originally, I was gonna go for pastel pink. So what if we just took that and ran with it? See, pink sink, there you go. These are hairs, by the way. They look really weird, don't they? Yeah, that's the hair texture. That might be okay. It's kind of rosy like my guest room is. It's terrible texture. This is embarrassing, but that's fine. I'll just save that. Thank you very much. Why does it look like that now? Help. Help! What did I do? That's like brown. I think I was just having a different swatch on it. It's fine. I think it's fine. Okay, well, I have to close my game now so I can get it back. Got that in my mods folder. Never add mods when your game is open, by the way. Don't mess with your folder at all when the game's open. Don't be like deleting things or adding things. Just close the game, reopen it. It's safer that way. We're back. Okay, this is taking embarrassingly long considering how small this room is. But here's my new pink sink. All right, see, the texture is terrible, but that's okay because it gets the point across. I did originally want a pink sink though. That was like the first initial vibes that I was going for, and then I changed my mind and wanted yellow, but I don't know, maybe I'm back to pink. And we'll see. I'm not sure. As far as mirrors go, I want to get like a nice pretty mirror. I think I was initially picturing something like this, but you know, lower on the wall. Honestly, this mirror is like my favorite one of the game. I wish we had like a white swatch that didn't have the flowers, because we have a couple swatches with no flowers, but not a lot. And I don't want like a gray mirror. I'd probably get a white one. So maybe I'll just keep the flowers for now. Maybe I would do like a black frame on it. There's gonna be a black door handle, so we could probably get away with having some black accents, but for now the white might be okay. And I could always paint the color of the walls too. Like for now, they just painted all the rooms the same color white, but if we wanted to, we could always put like a wallpaper in here. Like nothing is stopping us from changing our minds and doing it ourselves, right? Like the sky's the limit with this. I mean, I have literally forever to mess with this house, right? Like, I mean, I could do this next year if I wanted to. Not yet though. We need to calm down with the renovating. But if at some point, like next year, I decide I want to paint my bathroom, then let's go for it. Anyway, for now, it's gonna be like this though. It'll look like this for now. We'll probably hang up a super cute towel like by the shower there. I'll get like a little hand towel. I'm gonna want some sort of painting. It's hard to say like exactly what I'm gonna buy. I might buy like a print or something off Etsy and then frame it myself. Honestly, I might pick the print first and then decide like what I want to do with the rest of the room. Honestly, it might be like some flowers or something. Like it could be something cute like that. There's also going to be some lights above the mirror. There's not a ceiling light in that room. It'll be like this actually, kind of a little bit, but they're like balls. They're like circles, and there's two of them. It's pretty cute. It's a nice light, but I already bought that. So there will be lights there and not on the ceiling, but that looks sad in The Sims, so we're gonna keep the ceiling light. And then I'll probably put some sort of like bath mat or something. It's just hard because The Sims has like the sizing all weird, but we'll probably put some sort of bath mat. I guess we're going for pink in this version. In The Sims, it's all pink. I do like that like dusty rose color a little, but there'll probably be like some sort of bath mat. I don't know. This is one of those things that I'm probably gonna like live in the space a little bit and then see what I need. There's gonna have to be a trash can too. I mean, that'll probably go like in between the sink and the toilet, but doesn't really fit in The Sims that well. But we could totally fit one in real life. I mean, there used to be one, so I know it fits. By the way, I did measure this. Like in real life, I didn't go around buying things that I wasn't sure if they were gonna fit. It does fit. Okay, we've already bought this stuff. It's okay. There isn't like a medicine cabinet or anything in here. You know how sometimes there's like a little cabinet on the wall that has like tiny shelves and you could put like, you know, I guess medicine or like, you know, your products in. There isn't one of those in here and we're not going to add one, but I think the fact that it has a cabinet now will be really helpful. I do wonder if it might be useful to get like a little shelf or something to put here. Oh my gosh, like this kind of thing would be so cute in there. We can get like a little plant and some little jars and there's like a towel. I mean, this is all the vibes we're going for. I might do a thing like that. I mean, they had that kind of thing too. I just might get like a slightly cuter one. No offense to the old one, but I might get a slightly cuter one in here. And I think that's kind of the whole vibes of the bathroom. I realize this room is so small and like not even that good in The Sims, but hopefully I've gotten my vision across to you for what we're actually doing in the real life room. I think it helps that I've got like a real life picture with tile to show you. Like this part makes it a lot easier to see what we're talking about, you know? Looking at this, maybe not so much. Like this picture, you're like, okay, I see where you ripped everything out, but like I'm struggling to see your vision, Kayla. All I see are like holes in the floor for plumbing. But this one makes more sense. Hopefully you like it because it is way too late to change it. So I guess I'm not accepting negative opinions. No hate comments on my tile because it's too late. I already bought it and paid someone to install it. If you follow me on Twitter, I do post like occasional update photos and stuff, by the way. So like I posted the floors the other day when I first saw them because I was so excited about it. So if you want to see that kind of stuff, I do post pictures there and on Instagram. My name's just lilsimsie. And I've also done like a whole bunch of real life house type videos in The Sims. So if you want to see those, I can link some down below. Thank you again to our friends over at Casetify for sponsoring this video. Seriously, I sincerely appreciate it because some of us are renovating a house and, you know, have a lot of tile to buy, for example. So thank you, Casetify. Seriously, I love you for many reasons, this being one of them. And you can go to casetify.com/lilsimsie to get 15% off your order. There's a link down below. And with all of that being said, I'm gonna go. I promise I'll stop rambling. I'll catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. You have no idea how happy the floors being in is making me. I feel like my house looks like a house. I am in love with it. I keep thinking about them.